Where is that? Let me see.
Well, I don't know who you guys are, but
Oh, somebody in chat, you mean?
oh, and oh, is it in chat and I missed it? Oh, Cardboard Live, JK, you guys, I'm good. I'm
Okay,
getting
cool.
there.
It's all good.
All right,
All right,
Phil.
so that's a
So we've got a Fun of Gravecrawler, Hedron Crab, Phyrexian Dreadnought. Oh, look at that altar. That altered Bayou, yeah.
yeah. He's talking about it. I guess we could tune in.
What it looks like because I know that.
I'll message them in the chat so they know what you're talking about. In
Can you
quotes.
repeat that?
The floating borders.
I was showing you an example of what the
that is
floating border
exactly
that Cathrine was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, and I love your swamp,
So,
by the
there
way.
you go.
I have done that to the island in that same set.
Oh, you have. Nice.
Yeah, the island. It's in my Merfolk deck right now. But looking over this list, it does look like a pretty straight ahead Hogaak deck, but I see that we have you say Lazav?
Yeah. Lazav with Phyrexian Dreadnought.
Awesome. That is some fun spice.
It is some fun spice. I've played against Phil with this deck before. It's pretty good for a
Nice.
It looks like a jank brew to some people maybe, but it is pretty good.
All right, starting off with a citrus supplier, I see Putrid Imp in the graveyard, and the other few are a little hard to see. And a classic Delver start on the other side. Now, does Hogaak have any way to interact with the Delver?
Other than running it over, not really.
Okay.
I think the plan is to run it over. Yes, so the overgrown tomb was a Verdant Catacombs proxy.
Got it.
Yeah, in case anybody was confused. Which I was for a second. And he just told me what it was before we started. All right, Lazav here. Let's see if that resolves.
So ETB Surveil, which I feel like should be called Grave Scribe, but that's a separate issue. So you pay and it becomes a copy of target creature in your graveyard with CMCS X, except it's a legendary. Okay. So what do you think he is? Is he most often going for the Phyrexian Dreadnought?
Yeah, I mean that's the plan. I'm
Nice.
sure sometimes he's gonna copy Hedron Crab. He's done that, and
Sure
Citrus
thing.
Supplier as well.
I mean, it's a grave scry. That's exactly what it is. I'm gonna go close my door because my husband is starting to play with his playgroup online.
Yeah, go for it. Hogaak here. Hogaak is here.
And there's a Hogaak. I left for like a second and now there's a Hogaak. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, that's perfect. All with 2 mana. I love it.
People are jamming the spicy emoji, so something's working.
Mm-hmm.
Something happened to Lazav now. Oh, I guess he chain lightning Lazav. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I didn't see that. Oh, okay, I'm a little behind. I'm gonna refresh.
There's Hedron Crab.
Great. And that's landfall trigger. Yep. Vengevine, Careful Study, and Bloodghast hit the bin.
And there's Dreadnought.
Excellent.
To trigger Vengevine, I guess.
As a second creature.
Yep. Brainstormer response. I think Phil's got this. Vengevine comes out, he's in trouble. Are you a Hogaak fan or a Hogaak hater? There's no
Well,
in between.
Okay, I'm a Hogaak fan in Legacy, but when it was running rampant in Modern, I was really sad.
Okay, that's fair.
Because it was Altar of Dementia, Hogaak. Oh, man. All right, chumping with the Delver. Excuse me, feels bad.
Dread Horde, Delver.
Yeah, this feels like survival mode more than anything. Yeah, nothing's wrong, obviously.
Jebediah is playing Vintage tomorrow. What's up, Jebediah?
Excellent. All right, yeah, we definitely need that Bloodghast. It doesn't have haste.
All right. 1-0 for Hogaak.
Okay.
As I was saying in the break when everybody heard me, but they weren't supposed to be able to hear me, my headphones are not great. So, which is really dumb given that I'm doing a show, but it's just
That's
true.
okay.
All right. Volk to start for Jeremy here. And something happening. Oh, no. Nothing happening. Okay. Back to Phil. All right. All right.
A
Things
very
moving along.
fancy swamp. Or no, fetch, sorry.
Yeah, fetch.
Misty Rain's Forest.
So Phil, he'll probably tell this story another time, but he altered out his miracles list.
Oh, okay. And then...
And then, as he would tell you, this is his story. Power creep made him have to change his list.
Yeah,
And,
I haven't seen a Miracles player in a long time.
Yeah, so now he plays partially altered decks, but the goal is to have as many alters as possible. So maybe
Excellent.
you have to talk to Phil later.
Yeah. Stitcher Supplier. Brainstorm in response. Well, I'm altering out my husband's, it's not a real deck, black-white tap out, or control in Modern. It's a creatureless control deck. I think I've got like 50 cards done. That's
Which
been
deck?
like birthdays. It's a deck that doesn't exist. He made it up.
Oh.
But it's black-white control. There's no creatures. All right, the brainstorm looks like it found a force of will. Pitching Delver. Sorry about that, Stitcher Supplier.
Yeah, I think you have to counter that. That's part of the engine here. Thank you, Leon. I heard Hogaak is a good format, says 10.
You think so?
Jeff Lynn
Jalen.
says... yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. You think you would have let it go?
Jeff Lynn is more of a Legacy master than I ever be, so yes. Few matches I've played against Jeff Lynn in my life, I've lost all 6 of them or whatever. Jeff Lynn, have I ever beaten you? I don't think so. Jeff used to play at my local here in New York. Jeff is that's Esper Vile. Jeff Lynn. Oh, you lost to me in Standard. Yeah. I got him to admit it on stream.
There we go.
I beat Jeff Lynn in Standard. There, you heard it there. I'm going to clip that and put it on my resume. I'm just playing Jeff. I do remember that, though. Crab.
Here we go. Land to follow up. Paying 2 for the Overgrown Tomb. Or which is not an Overgrown Tomb. It's a Verdant Catacombs? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's Verdant Catacombs. I had to think for a second because I forgot too. That's a Verdant Catacombs proxy, everybody. Sometimes the cards don't arrive in the mail in time.
We've got Phyrexian Dreadnought in the graveyard. Stitcher Supplier.
Yep. So, I mean, we're a couple of turns past it now, or whatever it is, but questioning the countering of Stitcher Supplier. I've countered Stitcher Supplier before, and it kind of made me feel like I was holding off the Hogaak engine just long enough that I can get my bearings and start fighting back. But Jeff seems to think that was incorrect. We'll see.
Well, I will
Because now
say,
Crab's here.
as a combo player, like when I play Black Red Reanimator, it feels so awful when people counter my Dark Writ. And I feel like that's kind of the same thing here.
Yeah, yeah. So I've played with Reanimator quite a bit and against Reanimator quite a bit. I don't think you counter Dark Writ in most situations. What do you think?
I mean, when it happens and I'm totally done for the turn, I feel like...
Yeah, that sucks. I guess it depends.
6 in the yard if it dies enough to cast Gak, right? Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, we can't see Jeremy's hand. That's true. We'll just have to wait and see how that pays off. I've definitely countered Stitcher Suppliers on turn 1 before, though. Just because I felt like if I let this go, then they have a shot. But if I counter it, then I have a shot. Otherwise, I'm going to lose this game. Especially game 1.
Yeah.
6 in the yard if it dies enough to cast Gak. Exactly, yes. It basically enables Hogaak way earlier than otherwise. So you're kind of countering Hogaak in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No bingo cards tonight. Are you aware of our bingo cards, Cathrine?
Yeah, on Wednesdays, right?
Yeah, our bingo cards are the reason to watch the show, I would say.
I know, I usually stream on Wednesdays. I'm taking Wednesday off because I have a rehearsal. My first outdoor real rehearsal since this whole shenanigans started, so I'm excited.
Rehearsal of what?
I'm in real life, I'm a band director, and
Oh,
I
cool.
play trombone is my primary instrument, and
Nice.
the adult band group that I'm in is going to have their very first rehearsal.
That's awesome. I hope it goes well.
Yeah, me too. It's going to be outside. I'm going to be like 15 feet from the next person, so that should be
good.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Here it is, Hogaak. Paying 2 Convoke, 1 mana, and Horde Elf.
What happened here? Surgical for some reason?
And then
on Dreadnought. Okay.
in response, Surgical.
Hmm.
Do you think this is in... Oh, it's in response to Hogaak, probably?
It seems like it, yeah. So... Wait, did we miss something?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. So when do you pay costs? You declare a spell, you put it on the stack, and then you pay costs.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes. But
and this surgical is maybe after Hogaak is resolved, it looks like?
It looks like it, yeah. I looked away at my other screen for like just 1 second, and I just missed what happened there.
I'm not going to change your mind. HC box brass is better than woodwinds because they're louder.
I forgot what kind of instrument it is.
A trombone?
No. I used to play alto saxophone when I was in elementary school.
Sorry about that sound. Mm-hmm.
But what category of instrument is that?
Well, what did you put on the mouthpiece and what was it made of?
Yes, it's a woodwind.
Sorry, I went a little teacher on you there.
No. It was the perfect reminder I needed. That's perfect. That was perfect. Since elementary school, I haven't, though.
No.
No.
That's good. It's good that you played, I guess. Is what I mean.
Yeah. Leon, former French horn player. Interesting.
Excellent.
Everybody's just calling out what instrument they played tonight.
Yeah.
You started a trend.
Was a pretty scary board state if I'm Jeremy. I don't know how I'm getting out of this.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just asking who's playing next round. I think we'll do one more round after this. Assuming that this ends in a reasonable amount of time. Which it looks like it will. And I will make sure I'm on break this time. That was sloppy. I was just managing a lot. And I apologize, everybody.
No, it's a lot, for sure.
I, totally misclicked.
All right, following up with a pretty beefy Goyf.
Yeah, how big is it? 4?
Yeah, I don't see an
I guess we'll
artifact
find out.
or
Yep.
Planeswalker.
Yep. Wait. Creature? Oh, yeah. Never mind.
The standard is 4,
Yeah.
and then you add artifact or Planeswalker. At least that's how I thought of it when I played Jund.
Yeah. Or enchantment. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think Dryad Arbor is? What does it do in this deck?
That is a good question. What does it do in this deck?
I mean, if it was just a forest, it would still tap for Hogaak. But I guess it does trigger Vengevine.
It does not trigger Vengevine. Does it?
It's a
It
creature
convokes
spell.
Hogaak. No, it's just a land.
Okay.
Helps convoke. Yeah, you don't cast Dryad Arbor. Am I wrong,
you don't.
everybody?
No, I think you're right.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can fetch
okay.
it.
It's a green creature, you can fetch it.
You could fetch it for any
And then
edict
convoke.
effects.
Okay. You can do that as well, yeah. But you can just fetch it so you have a creature and then channel
And then
to
Arbor.
Hogaak. Yeah,
Got it.
got it.
And this is the correct art of Dryad Arbor to play, I'd like to point out. This is the only art anyone should play. I have strong feelings about this.
All right. It seems you do. No altars in Phil's list, but yes, it does sack to altar. That's true.
Yeah, not the confusing one. The one that legit looks like an forest.
Speaking of confusing one, it's funny because Phil has his Dryad Arbor in the land zone, which is what
yeah.
you're not supposed to do because it's confusing.
That's the rule now.
Yeah. So we'll give him a warning and a DQ at the end.
Right. Or like next level plays. You can turn Lazav into 1 for 0. Yeah, I mean, you never know, right?
This is true. Legacy Elves. Are Elves doing well in Legacy at the moment?
I hope so. Are you splashing black these days, or are they mono green?
I think they're still on the black thing.
Yeah.
Thoughtseize and Erupt Decay seem pretty important.
That is a good question. Would it tap for mana? I gotta read.
I believe it would. It would become a forest.
Right, 'cause
I'm
it
not
just
a
becomes
judge,
a
but I
copy.
believe so. Yeah. But just
Yeah?
keeps the name Lazav. And does it keep his ability? I don't believe so. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Becomes a copy of target creature. So yeah.
Our elves player has arrived. RPF says, "Did I hear my name?" What's up, RPF? You just say the word elves and he just
Yeah,
appears
I don't
like
know. Well, I didn't know if they're still playing Shaman of the Pack. I was curious.
Yeah. RPF is playing Vintage tomorrow, but I don't know if we'll see elves. He will surprise us tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I already know the answer, but I will keep it a surprise for everyone.
Well, it looks like Jeremy's been able to stay alive or stabilize a little bit more than I expected.
Yes. I have life totals wrong for sure. I will try to fix that now. I'm gonna ask the players' life totals.
I shouldn't say stabilize. I believe Jeremy is at 3.
Oh, you can see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crisp enough on this side.
It's not
And
on
that
mine,
Phil is at
unfortunately.
19.
Gotcha. All right, Hogaak swinging here. That could be game.
Elves in every format is great. And I don't know if there's an Elves deck viable yet in Historic, but I hope so. They do have Craterhoof now.
Oh, they do. Holy crap. I guess you can't really like cheat it into play though, right?
Yeah, I think you just got to get there.
Yeah.
You've seen it? Okay.
What's your historic deck
Oh,
at the
Fauna
moment?
Shaman. That's right. My historic deck is mono white. Oh my goodness.
The Heliod thing?
Kind of like a Voltron deck, basically.
Oh, okay. With like the auras.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. It's
I know
really
what you're
cheap.
talking about. Yeah.
And
Okay.
wins.
I was playing stubbornly jamming Esper Hero, despite it not being very good.
Yeah.
I don't care. I just love Hero of Precinct 1. I think it's a cool
Yeah.
card. I'm more about having fun.
Mm-hmm.
I made it to
Right,
Diamond.
so it looks like Tarmogoyf is probably going to bolt or block the Hogaak and then bolt. Diamond, sick. Yeah, I haven't made it that far out the tiers.
So my brother, he doesn't play Magic much. He probably doesn't know what set is coming out and doesn't care. But he started playing Arena when it came out for Mac within the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And within like 3 weeks, he was Mythic. And I'm just like, what? How?
So maybe we are post-combat because it looks like there's some gesturing at the Vengevine. I'm going to see
Yeah.
a force, double force. Or maybe the game's over.
It
And
looks
they're
like the
just
game is over.
discussing what could have been.
Yep.
There we go. That makes more sense.
All right, let's tune into the players.